We are live. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's okay. See if we've got a few people kicking about. There's 2 people watching. Hello. I hope you're okay. Who's watching? Drop a comment in the chat so I know who you are. Hello, Pop. How's it going, my mate? Are we okay? I hope you're fine, Alan. We've got Future Boy in the house. Hello, Future Boy. Hope everything's okay with you. Hope everyone's doing okay on this Saturday evening, or Saturday afternoon, or Saturday morning, wherever you are in the world. Just a quick blast on here tonight. Normally I want to do these on a Friday, but the last couple of weeks I've not been able to. This is the earliest I've been able to get on to do something over a weekend for myself. So even though this is a Saturday night, it'll probably still get titled Friday Night Live Chat. I'm really good, thanks, Future Boy. Really good, thanks. Had a few titles come in this week, a couple of films, a couple of things for other people as well as that'll get sent out in the post soon. But yeah, I mean the big one this week is for me as it's been the second sight sale. So I've got quite a few second sight titles that have come in. Excuse me. Some that I could pick up in store, others that I've had to have mailed into HMV, and I've picked them up there because my store wasn't carrying that title. But all's good. I picked up 6 altogether in the sale. Picked up a few other things as well as there's a few other things on order. Future Boy, I bought the Batman animated 2004 series. Good, mate. I think it's one of those shows I've never watched. I'm a bit iffy with the whole Batman thing. I've never been into any of the animated series of Batman. To be perfectly honest, apart from one Batman film, I find them all a bit slow, a little bit tedious. It's all very much the same. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's Dark Knight, Batman, the Batman, whatever it is, it all seems to be the same, and I can't get my head past that. It just doesn't work for me. Batman '89 was a big thing for me, but past that, I can't get into it at all. There's never been a point in time where I've been able to watch Batman stuff. And to be honest, I struggle with animated superhero stuff altogether. The only things I've ever had was the original X-Men series from the early 90s. I've got a few seasons of that on DVD. But apart from that, I really struggle with animated superhero shows. So I tend to stay away. I tend not to bother. But I imagine is that the key? Is it a complete edition that you've bought, Future Boy? Understandable. Yeah, but it's I don't know what it is, mate. It's an odd one. I find just a lot of that superhero stuff really tedious when it came to cartoon. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have very little of it. Yeah, you're looking at a couple of seasons of X-Men. That's all I've got. If there's anything else you want to chat about while we're here, drop it on. Future Boy, yes. Complete series, but they didn't include Batman vs. Dracula movie in the set. Right, cool. Again, I think Batman's fought some... has come up against some weird weird characters over the years. I always remember back from the early 2000s, the fan film that was put together of Batman versus Alien. If you've ever seen that, so a sort of a 10, 15 minute short. It's probably up here on YouTube if you have a look. Opening plot of the story. It's filmed really well. All the plot of the story. Batman's fighting the Joker up an alley. And Batman being Batman, obviously he's not going to kill anybody. Then out of nowhere, Joker gets killed. And a fucking alien turns up from the Alien franchise. So Batman sort of fights with that and does that, and then sort of back end of that little segment, fucking as it's going off, fucking Predator turns up and it goes off the credits roll. If you can find it on here, check it out, watch it. It is really, really good. I mean, I had a whole big thing for sort of short fan films at one point, and that one was one of the best. It's one of the best fan films I've ever seen. And there's a couple of Star Wars films and stuff. Future Boy, getting excited for the Sword and Sorcerer next week. Yes, so am I, mate. It is one that Brad, if you check out some other streams, especially Johnny's streams and Pop streams, Alan's, who's in the chat now, you'll see a new face on the block with us streaming, a guy called Brad. I picked him up a copy of, and he comes in. I picked him up a copy of Exotic Ghost Story. He's picked me up as a copy of Sword and Sorcerer. Again, it's not available on 4K in the UK, so I'm at this point creaming my pants to get hold of a copy of that soon. Like I said, Brad's hit me up with that. Pop, sorry I couldn't join you this weekend. Some family issues came up. Other weekends for sure. Don't worry about it, mate. It's completely fine, Alan. You know what I mean? We can do this whenever you want to, mate. It's easily set up, something like this. And here's the man himself, Brad. What's going, mate? Are you okay? A little heads up for you, mate. Why you're both in here, to be fair. I've got one copy in today. The other two copies that I've ordered are due in either Monday or Tuesday. They were shipped on Wednesday, and I thought they would have been here, but they've not turned up as yet. But that is Erotic Ghost Story. So the first one's coming. I'm just waiting for the other two. Get that on there. Get that bloody ring light out of it. There we go, boys. That's the first one. Like I said, the other two should be due in either Monday or Tuesday. I'll get that one packaged up this weekend, and when the other two come in, I'll get them all mailed out to you all. 101 seems to pick up whatever Screen Factory releases. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole 101 thing, what you've got to realise is they sub-license films from other companies that have done the restoration work. So what you'll find with 101 is it'll either be Shout Factory, Screen Factory, Vinegar Syndrome. They are the main go-tos when you start getting into the realms of 101 films. But what I will say is, and I pre-ordered a copy today, is Johnny Mnemonic is coming out in the next couple of months from 101 Films. I have no idea who's done that transfer. I don't know who turned it out previously, but 101 looked like they've done a really, really nice collector set with it. Big slip, big book, posters, cards. I think they've even got some lobby cards in there that are the Japanese replicas from '94 when the film came out. So that should be pretty cool. Brad, Nice, thanks, Anthony. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. It's like I say, if I can grab anything from over here for you guys, and I'm just always just hit me up, mate. It's easy to pick this stuff up off the shelf. It was a shame that my local HMV only had one copy of it in, and I've had to order it. Again, Pops, you're welcome, mate. Not a problem. I've had to order it from other stores, so because I've ordered 2 copies, it looks like the stores that was still had copies of this of the limited edition one like this. One's coming from Birmingham, one's come from somewhere else, so the 2 haven't come together. So I think that's the problem with the shipping on it. Because there is no main warehouse for HMV, they're literally shipping from store. So they're just looking at certain stores, what amounts they've got left, what stock they've got left, and then they'll mail it to you. But the easiest thing for me, obviously, if I'm not home, it's easy just to have it sent to my local HMV, that's what I'm doing. So like I said, one's come in. I'm still waiting for the other 2. Hopefully Monday stroke Tuesday. I'm hoping for that kind of time. It shouldn't be anymore. Like I said, they shipped on Wednesday. So you know what I mean. To be fair, I thought they would have been here today, but they've not. The post has let me down. Future Boy, the question for me is who made the transfer for Johnny Mnemonic for the 101 release. I'm assuming it's an older transfer, otherwise it will be mentioned. Yeah, I mean, I've not really looked to be honest, Future Boy. It is an odd title that they've picked up. It looks like they've done a really nice job with it. The only thing I'm concerned about, transfer I'm not that concerned about. Because at the end of the day, some of that CG in there isn't going to hold up anyway. You know what I mean? We're talking really, really old stuff. We're talking like Lawnmower Man style graphics here. You know what I mean? It's Last Starfighter kind of stuff. It's not state of the art visual effects in this film. It is of its day, of the time. So I mean, it won't hold up anyway. But if the transfer is okay, I'm not that bad. But the problem is with me is what 101 have done. I mean, from these releases, from these releases, which are fucking awesome. Slipcases are a bit thin on them, but I really like what they do. Nice booking, the really nice art. It's nice cover art on the disc and everything. These were £15. So when these titles came out, they were £15. And then I took notice on the last couple, which would have been the last transmission and Suburbia, I think. They jumped up to £16.99, which I could still get with £17. I could still get with that Johnny Mnemonic's fucking 25 quid. So, you know what I mean? Within the space of 2 years, 101 on the special edition, limited edition, black label stuff, I've banged a tenner on. I mean, £10, that's a hell of a lot of money. And if you're not getting much more for your value for your money, if you're not getting more in there, where the hell's the extra tenner coming from? Do you know what I mean? That's the big issue. As the company goes, I love the company. I love what they do. Really, really easy company to collect for. It's inexpensive. It's easy to pick up. It does what it says on the tin. But when they start bumping prices to 25, then I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? This stuff's been like 15 and 17 pound before. So, Future Boy, the only 101 pickup I have in my collection is the Boys Next Door limited edition. Well, yeah, I think that one was $16.99 as well. It was either $15.99 or $16.99 when that came out, and I'm not the biggest fan of that film, so I never picked it up. The last one I picked up on the 101 special edition stuff was Hell Knight. Again, nice release. But I'm sure that's a Vinegar Syndrome who did the work on that. Then obviously 101 just sub-licensed it. I'm almost sure it is. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice release. You know what I mean? It is pretty cool. It's some nice art on there, some nice features on it, and that. I mean that. Oh no, it's not that one I'm thinking of. It's Spookies that I'm thinking of. But Hell Night was the last one I picked up. Featured by Hell Night was Scream Factory, right? So that was Scream Factory. So then I'm trying to think. It was one of these two. Then it was either Tammy the T-Rex and Spookies. Either one of those was a Vinegar Syndrome title. I'm sure it was. They both may have been. But again, they do really nice jobs on these. You know what I mean? For £15, you can't go wrong. Well, if they're going to start putting these up to 25, £10 more, then unless it's something absolutely fucking spectacular, at this point I'm probably out. Pops, I have the Scream Factory release of Hell Night full movie. Yeah, mate. So it is a Scream Factory title. Yeah, it's a brilliant film, mate. I mean, Linda Blair's relatively good in it. You know what I mean? It's I like most Linda Blair films, to be honest. I mean, the cheaper and shitter they are by Linda Blair, the more I seem to like them. There's a really obscure TV film of hers. It's a bit like sort of like Red Dawn or that kind of vibe about it. Can't think what the hell it's called. I don't think that's ever had a release. That would be quite cool to get hold of. Future Boy, those two are Vinegar Syndrome titles. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, mate. It's all this stuff by 101. I don't think there's a single thing in the collection that's their own transfer. You know what I mean? I don't think they've done anything of their own. So I saw someone the other day bitching about 101 transfers. Well, it's not 101's transfer. You know what I mean? I don't think 101 have done any transfers on any of these kind of stuff. It's just sub-licensed from other companies. I mean, especially when you can get stuff like, I mean, I've shown a lot of this stuff before, but like Van Damme Twin Pack. So you've got AWOL, which was Lionheart in America, Black Eagle and Death Warrant, 3-disc set, 3 decent films. These are probably better than the stuff that 88 were turning out at the moment. And this is like a tenner. It's like £10 for all 3 films. It's a no-brainer when they start pumping this kind of stuff out. You know what I mean? It's £10. You can't go wrong. You know what I mean? It's £3.33 a film. Call it. It's absolutely nothing. The other big set like that, and I've only got the single film, but there's a 4-disc set of it. Is Nemesis, Oliver Gunnar film. It's that 4-disc set now. I don't really care for the other 2 films. 1 or 2 is all right. That can be picked up for about a tenner for all 4. So they have done some really, really, really good stuff. I know Brad the other night. Brad, if you're still in here, you showed your French import of Headhunter. Well, 101 released Headhunter as well. Try and get that glare off it. The artwork's really, really smart. I can't really get the glare off it. They did a nice job on that. Whose transfer that is, I have no idea, because it's a relatively new film. So I would imagine they've just got the rights and just banged it straight on. If you've never seen it, check it out. Can be got on most 101 sales now. I've got this on for about £8. It's worth £8 of anybody's money. Nice low budget, high styled, sort of high fancy film. You know what I mean? A little bit of a slow burner. Just goes to the fucking wall at the end. It's really, really good. So if you've never seen Headhunter, pick it up. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, Brad, where you got yours from. I think, did you say it was a French import, that one? I don't know what the company is that's turned it out, but if you can't find that particular one, then check this version of it out. There is some special features on it. How we made Headhunter, commentary with the director, Jordan Dowry. Why We Made Headhunter, commentary with the writers, and a making of featurette, £8. Yeah, it's worth £8 all day long. So 101 do put some good stuff out. You know what I mean? It's not fair to bash the company. The other thing I'm not big into at the moment, they've decided to pick up a lot of AGFA titles, and it looks like the UK distributor of AGFA now. Those AGFA titles do nothing for me whatsoever. I know they've just put Zodiac Killer out, but it's not up my. It's not in my radar really, that at all. They do nothing for me. I prefer all this other stuff they put out. They seem to be going a bit more sort of stylish with the stuff they're putting out now. They're going sort of more obscure, which I wish they wouldn't have done. I wish they'd have stayed with what they was doing initially, because I could see that selling. I think what they're doing now, I don't know. I can't see you know what I mean. Can't see it selling great amounts. Not like this stuff would do, because at the end of the day, it's expensive. The early stuff was cheap. So I picked a few second-hand titles up today as well. I'm always in for a bargain with the second-hand stuff, and I'm quite lucky that in the town where I am, we have a second-hand shop that does physical media. So it's there's always plenty on display. There's always lots of stuff being traded in. So I picked three up from there today. We'll have a look at them in a second. Future Boy, the Headhunter, never looked here in the States, 101, and there is a German release of it, and that's it. Yeah, don't know why. It's slightly odd. You know what I mean? It's if you've not got a release of it, if you're looking for a copy of it, and you can't find anyone in the States, and you want a copy, just let me know, mate. If you're ever looking for anything like that, and I can send it over to you, I will do. I do it for a lot of the other guys that's in these groups. It's no issue for me whatsoever. If you want to ping me the money, I can ship it over to you. Relatively cheap. A lot of this stuff, the 101 stuff in the UK. I can just pick it off the shelf at HMV. So if you ever need anything, just drop me an email at masterthe8is@mail.com. I'll drop it in the description later on, my email address, if anybody wants anything. But like I said, I had a DVD. Well, I have a DVD copy of this, and it was a film that that Brad and Johnny were talking about the other night, and I've seen this film numerous times. And if I can get the sticky label off the box so it doesn't deflect from what it is. Hold up a minute. I should have done this before I came on, really, shouldn't I? You know what I mean? Here I am again. We're nearly 9:30 at night on a Saturday, and I'm looking dead professional. Oh, balls, I can't get it off. That's Dread. Don't get this one mixed up with the Stallone film of the 90s. It's not that one, which is still a good film in its right. But this is the Curl Urban one. Good film, really, really good film. But again, I didn't own it on Blu-ray. I had it on a DVD copy. And then when Brad and I were talking about it the other night, I thought, well, there might be a watch along with this at some point, so I'll pick the Blu-ray of it up. Dead cheap. £2.50. Get in there. It's right up my alley, that. So if you want a copy of that, pick it up. It's a really, really good film. Brad, I know you was hitting it, mate, that you'd seen it. I know John had not seen it. Pops, I don't know about you, mate. I don't know if you've ever watched it before, but if you fancy doing a watch party one night, and we'll stick that on, it is exceptionally good. Exceptionally good. It's very well filmed, really gritty. More like Dread of the 2000 AD comics than the Stallone make. And I do like the Stallone Judge Dredd, but that version of it is just something else. No, it is. Orbit DVD has it in stock a lot. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, mate. It's I mean, Orbit DVD has been getting a lot of stuff in recently. I mean, I follow him on the social media, so Facebook and Instagram and all that shit, and he's been getting loads of really good titles. The Umbrella stuff he's been picking up, and the Imprint stuff he's been picking up from Australia is fantastic. Future Boy, if you haven't seen Upgrade, do yourself a favour, check it. Well, Upgrade is put out by Second Sight here in the UK. There is a nice limited edition box set of it over here. Price never seems to fucking drop on it though. It's always like 20 to 22 quid, and for a modern film, I was always a bit meh. If that price drops, which it may do in the sort of coming into the end of the year sale for Second Sight, because it'll have been out a little while, but then I'll probably pick it up. It is a good film. I have seen it. I think it was it a Netflix film? I'm sure I saw it on Netflix. But it is Upgrade is a good film. Pops, your Halloween 3 has just arrived. We'll ship it out on Monday. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, dude. It's like I say, I'm hoping that your copies, the other 2 copies that I'm still waiting in for Erotic Ghost Story, should be here Monday or Tuesday. So once I get them in, I'll get them shipped out to you all. But thanks for that, Alan, mate. It's much appreciated. It's one of those films that I cannot get on Blu-ray over here. Made up a job to find it on fucking DVD, never mind Blu-ray. So getting the 4K Blu-ray one of that's bang on, mate. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. So picked the stickers are not coming off. Yeah, so if you've not seen Dredd, grab it, pick it up, do a watch along with us when we do it. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. It doesn't get enough love, nowhere near enough love. It deserves way more, because it's a tight little film. It's a tight little film. Possibly Dungeon, of course. No problem, mate. If you've heard me talking about this company before, the company called Final Cut, and they've not got masses of titles out, but they've probably got 30 to 35 titles in their catalogue at the moment, and more than half of it probably doesn't do a damn thing for me. It's not my cup of tea. The films I wouldn't necessarily buy. There's some older horror stuff in there that doesn't really do much for me. But they also turn out a lot of 80s classics, early 90s classics. And I've recently started picking those up. So while out on my travels today, having a little bit of a shop round, went into the second-hand store, and they had a Final Cut. Now, I know this title's been going for about £18 to £20 recently. Excuse me. And I don't know why. This is an early 2000s film. And it's a film called Long Time Dead. Again, it's a British film that's based on, I think they're university students on a university campus. And it's a whole Ouija board thing, and it's like, isn't it or isn't it speaking to him? Is the Ouija board speaking to him? But it looks like it's been made out that it's the Ouija board speaking to him. But I think really there's a killer around the table, and he's popping them off one by one, or she's popping them off one by one. But they think it's the Ouija board. So Long Time Dead. There's an actor in here that used to be in EastEnders, which is a UK TV soap that comes on the BBC. Remember watching this film when it very first came out. I think it came on Sky and Sky Movies. Me and my wife watched it, and it's entertaining. It was all right. It's a decent enough film, and then. So it's one of those films I forgot about, completely forgot about, and then popped up today. Well, I've seen it a couple of times previously. It was going for like £18, £20 today. Normally, when I went today and I saw it, 12 quid. which is pretty good. You know what I mean? Because that's dropped down well less than retail now. If you can still find it in retail, eBay and that, it's pinging all over the show at the moment. So it's another one to the final. Can't see that zooming in there, but Final Cut Entertainment Collection, which is amassing above my head up here at the moment. You'll have seen some in some black cases I did on live stream a couple of weeks back with Alan and all the rest of them. But no, they're a decent company, so they're always worth checking out. And then the last one of the second-hand films I picked up. Again, if you know my viewing pleasures and you know this channel and all the shit I've banged on about for donkey's ages, you'll know I am a big Cannon film fan and a big Charles Bronson fan. Charles Bronson thing for me was a thing that my granddad got me into, really, with the sort of the Death Wish films. So the whole Charles Bronson thing's always been there, and I picked this up today. I picked can't even see the bloody title of stickers, but it's Messenger of Death from '88. Nice little release by them. Not a bad film. Not Bronson's best. Nowhere near his best. But it's not a bad little film for £6, and it's in a black case as well, Alan. Check those black cases out. Anything in a black case will always grab my eye. Throw some Charles Bronson in there, and you're fucking laughing. Well, for £6, can't turn it up really. So they were the three that was in store. I've got 3 more 88 films on order at the moment. And again, all in that particular line that Charles Bronson came in. So that 88 films thing that came in with it in the black cases, they did quite a few all at once. So I have just placed an order for Dead Heat, which obviously Vinegar Syndrome put that nice 4K that out. But also 88 films have got the Blu-ray out of it over here. Invasion USA with Chuck Norris, again in that same range with a black case. And then a film that for my liking doesn't get championed enough. When it comes in, I'll probably do something with it. I'll probably do a nice showing of it. We'll have a talk about it and a review about it. And that is Michael Dudikoff's River of Death. That's dropped to a budget price of £6 in the UK at the moment. So I've got a copy of that on order. I mean, that River of Death on its own, you probably can't get it off my phone, but I mean that artwork alone is worth the £6 in price. Pretty much wall to wall decent actors in it. Robert Vaughan's in there, Michael Dudikoff's in there. I think Donald Pleasant's in that one as well. As there's a hell of a lot of big named actors in there. It's a decent film. If you've never seen it, see if you can grab yourself a copy. River of Death. It is really good. It's one of Michael Dudikoff's better films. You know what I mean? If you're into the American Ninja films or Lethal Enforcer that it is, you'll lap that one up all day long. It's really, really good. And then, like I said, the other thing for me this week was the Second Sight sale. Second Sight sale started on Monday this week. I think it's a week only sale, and I jumped on it quick. So there was a lot of titles. Not everything was on sale, but a lot of stuff was. So I ordered 6, and these were all £9 each. Are they £9 or £9.99? £9.99 they are, from £14.99. So the first one I picked up was the Amityville Horror. Again, an Orion film. I love the stuff that Orion turned out back at this time. And again, these have got. I've not even unwrapped these yet. but these have got some nice bonus features on them, as well as a lot of the stuff by Second Sight is really, really good. Another one, odd film. I don't know if anyone sort of remembers it or whatever. But if I get it off there, Electric Dreams, another great 80s film. You've never seen that one. That one's worth a watch. I think a guy buys a computer, pretty state of the art for its time in the 80s, I suppose. He spills some red wine on it, and for some reason the red wine makes the computer a sentient being. It starts to think for itself, and it ends up falling in love with the woman who lives upstairs from him. And it just goes fucking crazy from there. But that's it's a decent title that they put out. This one got some love on a nice big box set that they did. I know 88 Films have got the follow-up film to this on a nice box set as well. But that is Short Circuit. Johnny Five is Alive, special edition one. Again, some nice features on it. There's commentary on the original theatrical trailer, the creation of Number 5, cast and crew interviews, and behind-the-scenes featurette. Great film. It's one of them that's up there for me with a child of favourites. For just over £9, it's rude not to pick them up for that kind of money. Yeah, Future Boy, we need the Guyver 2 Dark Hero on Blu-ray. Come on, Arrow, please. I know there's people been giving it some love at the moment, that film. I do have the first one up there in my Arrow collection. The first one's an extremely good film. Second one's probably just as good as it. I'm sure it's already got a Blu-ray release. I'm sure there's a German company or a Spanish company put that film out already. But it is a good title. I'm surprised one of these companies hasn't jumped on it. Next title, don't judge me for this, because just like Master of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, when that got released, I thought it was a big pile of shit. But the older I've got, the more I have enjoyed it, and the more entertaining it becomes, and the more I get it for what it is. And this film is exactly the same. Exactly the same. And that's Super Mario Brothers, and my name stuck to the front of it. What is it with these labels? Super Mario Brothers. Again, a nice release from Second Sight. Absolutely packed with bonus features. This Ain't No Video Game, a brand new 60-minute documentary featuring new interviews, directors, special effects artists, actors. And it's got a making-of featurette, the original electronic press kit, and behind the scenes of storyboards. I like it. It is what it is, and you can just have fun with it. If you just have fun with it, disengage your brain, you'll love it for what it is. And exactly the same as Master of the Universe. When that first came out, I hated that. When this first came out, I hated this. But now I've got some kind of love for it. It's must be the older I get, the more I appreciate this kind of stuff. So that was the other one. Already had the third film in this franchise from Second Sight. But never, for some reason, never had the first. I don't know why. And that's Scanners. Fucking brilliant film. David Cronenberg classic. Nice job again. Nice special features on here. My Heart Keeps Me Sane interview. Eye of the Scanners, another interview with cinematographer. The Chaos of Scanners interview with the producer. Exploding Brains and Popping Veins interviews with makeup special effects artists. And Bad Guy Dane, an interview with actor Lawrence Dane on the another great release. And then this one, I mean, price wise, it's all over the show in the UK at the moment. Again, Second Sight put a really nice box set out of this, same as they did with Christ, Tony. Short Circuit. It's Flight the Navigator, another massive childhood favourite of mine. Fucking immense film. This thing at the moment in the UK, it's all over the place, price wise, second hand. There's a standalone older Blu-ray release that's more expensive than this second hand now, and this limited edition box set is just going for fucking stupid money now. I've never been able to find one. So at these kind of prices, you know what I mean? And it's 4K scan as well, that one, onto a Blu-ray, and it's special features again, it's loaded with it. But I like the fact that the Second Sight put a lot of this stuff out. I mean, they got a Texas Chainsaw redo in the pipeline at the moment. They've got Dog Soldiers in the pipeline. They've got looks like they've got a really nice restoration coming on of The Hitcher. That's in the pipeline as well. So Second Sight are fucking smashing it out the park at the moment in the UK with the stuff that they do. And I've got more of their stuff up there. I've got films like Dennis Quaid's Dreamscape, which I love. Most of the people don't get it, but I love it. Scanners 3's up there. Breaking and Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, they put those out. What else have I got? I think there's a couple of other bits of Second Sight stuff. There's some early DVD stuff for those as well, TV stuff wise that they put out. So I love them. They're a great company. And again, this is all off the shelf for me at HMV, which is fucking brilliant. Brad, still hoping for the Dredd sequel. Yeah, mate. I think Karl Urban could get away with playing an older Dredd. I think that would work quite well. I think at this stage now, putting anybody else in the helmet probably wouldn't work. I don't think major blockbuster would work with it neither. They need to keep it where they kept it as Karl Urban did it. I mean, at that point, Karl Urban was really fucking turning some fucking fantastic films out. Pathfinder was another film. If you've ever seen Pathfinder with Karl Urban in, another fucking fantastic sort of high fantasy Viking kind of film. Brilliant film. Doesn't get enough love. He was going through his Lord of the Rings stage as well as he did some really good stuff. I think the only thing that was slightly dubious, and I can never remember the name of it, he did some dodgy TV show where he's got a android as his sidekick. Christ, what the hell's that called? I think it came to a streaming service as well. I can't think which one it was. That was pretty bullshit. but most Karl Urban stuff's cool. Doom, I even like Doom for what it is. And it ain't no Oscar winner, and The Rock is fucking terrible in it. But Karl Urban takes a decent enough part in it, and it's not a bad film for like I said, for what it is. Oh, Future Boy, awesome pickups. Thanks, mate. Again, as I keep fucking saying all the time, if you know me and you know my channel, I only pick up the films that I like. It's very rare that I blind buy. It's very rare I'll buy something that I dislike just for the sake of having it because it's limited edition and special edition or whatever it is. I don't buy like that, and I can't buy like that because I've just not got the room at all. I mean, that little gap you can see up there on that top shelf, and then about same again above my head on another shelf is about the only room I've got left shelving wise in this room now, because this room I'm in is tiny. My film room is minute. This thing's about 8 foot square. You know what I mean? It's like I'm showing others. I could virtually touch the walls in this thing. You know what I mean? So I've got to be careful about what I buy. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to start heavy hitting some companies, but I simply can't do it. So I have to be really, really picky and really choosy with what I do buy. And I think that lends itself well, because I start getting a catalogue of titles that when I start looking through them at one time, I was like, well, do I really need this one? Do you know what I mean? I've got this on this, or sort of collection behind me now and above my head and all these shelves along here. Everything is in this collection is what I want and what I need. So it forces me down that line, really. But pickup wise, for this week, that's been about it for me. Like I say, I've got some other things on order. I know your beloved Blu-ray is Hawk the Slayer. Mine is Mega Beast Investigator Juspinion. Am I saying that right? Dude, I have never come across that film. I honestly don't know what that is. I will have to check that out. Where's my phone? Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, Hawk the Slayer, man. It's you know, I can bang on about it. Probably every video I've ever done. It's a great look of it's a great look of cheese. Right, dude, I've got it here. It's a Japanese television show. Let's have a look. Cool. So there's a all right. So I'm looking at your thumbnail at the side of your name. That's where you've got the thumbnail picture from, is it? It's this guy. I take it it's down the same kind of lines as Power Rangers and all that kind of stuff. That it looks very similar. VR Troopers and all that kind of stuff. I take it it's earlier than all that, but that's the vibe I'm getting off it. Looking at it, it looks quite cool. I'd have to give that a watch. Brad, Pathfinder, need to check that out. The beauty of the 2012 Dread is the helmet never comes off, so it works still with him being all that. Exactly, mate. Exactly. It would work brilliant with him. Like I say, Karl Urban's no Oscar winner at all, but he portrays a role quite well, and I think he was brilliant as Dread. And like you said, the helmet never comes off, so it does work well, and it could probably work well now. It's one of those. I think you mentioned the similarity. Well, it's easy for you to say the similarities. Yes, the closeness of a film, The Raid. Very, very similar. There was a British film that was out probably a little bit after than Dread, that's based around the same thing. It's based in London in the future, and all hell breaks loose, and the police manage to get inside a tower block to infiltrate this one particular guy. But then the tower block goes on lockdown, and the police are locked in there. It's about them really fighting for survival. Similar kind of vibe to Dread and The Raid and that kind of stuff. But I think Dread pulled it off really, really well. But Pathfinder, mate, if you can find Pathfinder, check it out. It's an excellent film. It's another Karl Urban film where he doesn't actually say much. It's quite quiet through the film. There isn't much dialogue. It's heavy on the music score, which is very good. So it's trying to pull things from like the original Conan the Barbarian. It is on the point of the scores doing more than the dialogue, which works quite well. It's hold on a minute. Here we have the main man, Mr. Johnny Walker. Hello, dude. We all right? How's it all going? If you and Brad want to drop on the stream, mate, you're more than happy to. I can ping some invites out if you want to drop on. The more the merrier, mate. It saves us chatting over chat, over Messenger. I will drop you both an invite if you want to come in. You don't have to come in, but if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to. Let's copy that. Bear with me a couple of minutes, everybody. There we go. Future Boy, it's a series on Blu-ray. Right, cool, man. I hate Power Rangers. Just Pinion. Is that the way of pronouncing it? It sounds French. Just Pinion. Has so much charm. Yeah, what's the other one? Inframan? Is it similar to that kind of thing? I remember Inframan. Johnny Walker didn't get the notification from YouTube, but the fellas messaged me to say you're on live. I'm grocery shopping and watching. I've done that before, my mates. Don't worry about it. I've done that before. Put something in your basket. Nice for me. If you guys want to live stream later on tonight, Brad, Johnny, if anyone you watching tonight, you want to live stream later tonight, hit me up. Drop me a message, Instagram, Messenger, anything like that. Let me know. I'm available all night. If you want to drop on later on your time, I'm more than willing to, guys. Until then, we'll just talk bollocks on my channel. But if you're looking for a copy of Pathfinder, Brad, man, you should be able to. You should be able to pick it up really, really cheap now, mate. Let's have a look what it's going for in the UK. Pathfinder. It's £3. It's going for £3 second hand in the UK. So I imagine you should be able to get it for the same kind of money off of eBay or something like that. But that's the film. 2007. It's really, really good. Definitely worth a watch. It's again, it's like Norse mythology, a little bit of high fantasy thrown in there. Karl Urban as a boy, as a young boy. I think he sailed from the coast of America somewhere. They're sailing it to somewhere else, and the ship he's on is shipwrecked in a storm, and then he is brought up by the natives on this island. It turns out he's obviously in Scandinavia somewhere, and the villagers, Vikings basically, and he's brought up with the Viking way, learned how to use the sword, and then lo and behold, while he's out one day, very similar style as Conan, some motherfucking badass Vikings turn up to his village and slaughter everybody. He's pretty much the only person left, so he goes on a bit of a blood rage and starts taking these guys out. And the final battle scene on it is it's fucking epic. It's great. So it's definitely worth a pick up. I mean, I would imagine it may be on a streaming service if you want to check it out first. It's one of those films that's been out long enough now that that's probably readily available on a streaming service if you have a look about. Trying to think of a few other things that I've grabbed recently. I grabbed a copy of this. Another great film, another great franchise. Cannonball Run 2. A pretty much similar film to what the first one was, you know what I mean? It's just more of, but I still enjoy it. The opening scene in this film is immense. It's brilliant. Really nice release on this as well. Little bit of special stuff on it. Extras. There ain't much. Johnny Man, there's a booklet in it. I know you love a booklet. There's a booklet in it. It's a DVD Blu-ray combo. Picked up. I think they're about 12 quid new now, about 8 quid second hand in the UK. But if you're a Cannonball Run fan, then that's a nice addition. The other one that I'm looking at the moment is the Smoking the Bandit box set. That one always sort of eludes me for the. That one sort of eludes me always for the right kind of money. Johnny Walker, I felt a flutter of pants listening to you going about that film. Yeah, it's good. It's good if you've never seen it. Give it a whirl. If you could pick it up for cheap, we could do a watch party one night with it. It's not going to blow you away in any way, shape, or form. Like a lot of this sort of high fancy stuff doesn't blow you away, but it's good at what it does. It delivers it well. It's definitely worth a watch. And again, if you're a Karl Urban fan, you know what I mean. It's definitely worth a pick up. If you're into the sort of Viking lore as well, again, it's worth a look at just for that. For a little while in the UK, it was quite expensive on Blu-ray, and no one ever knew why. It wasn't a short print run. It wasn't put out by a boutique company. It was just a standard release put out from a standard distributor. But it was going for daft money, and all of a sudden they just, I don't know why, but the arse fell out the price on it, and now you're like down to 3 quid. So it's definitely worth a pick up. With a few beers and watch parties, I've been unforgettable night there. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's a good film. I mean, you could easily do a Karl Urban double feature and stick Dredd in as well. Both good films, both sort of shot films, sort of that close-up camera work, sort of nitty-gritty kind of camera work. There's no wide swooping shots. There's no lovely scenic shots. It's all grimy and nasty looking. So you could there's a good double feature there between that and Dredd. That's definitely worth a watch. But like I showed the other week, I picked some posters up. So if you'd seen the live stream with myself and Johnny and Brad and Alan and Brian that the other week, you'd have seen I showed some new posters that I bought. That was original 80s posters from a local video shop from near us. Well, the guy's just constantly got more and more turning up on his eBay page. So I've dropped the coin on a few more. And I'll show you what I've grabbed. I've grabbed an original Time Cop poster, 26x16, mint condition, that one. Got that for £3. So that's on its way. Where's the other one? Never got found the other one. Where the hell's it go? There it is. And an original quad poster for Anaconda. Big old quad one there for £6. So I should take up one of my walls quite nicely. It's just trying to find frames for the damn thing. I'm really struggling to find frames for these 26x16s. So if anybody watching here in the UK and you know where you can get 26x16s from for movie posters, hit me up. Drop me a comment, drop me an email, send a carrier pigeon, message in a bottle, do whatever you want. But if you know where you can get 26x16s frames from that look quite good, I'm in desperate need of some. Johnny, Johnny's going to have to be watched soon. 2 weeks I've heard about this film and super excited for it. Mate, it's good. It is good. It is really. It's like, it's hard to explain. If you watch it, it's like guerrilla style filming. Everything's close quarters, dirty looking, realistic looking. It really does get you in the frame of mind that Dredd's going through hell to do what he's got to do in the film. It is really, really good. It's a lot better than the Stallone version, and I love the Stallone version. I think the whole fucking cheesiness of that film is fantastic. But this version of Dredd that Karl Urban does, like I said before, it's much more on the lines of the 2000 AD comic. It's a lot more like that. Watched Miracle Mile and Parasite last night for the first watch. Couldn't have asked for better films when the craze rolled. Again, mate, I don't think I know either of those titles. Miracle Mile and Parasite. I am not 100% sure of those two films, mate. I would have to have a Google to see if I've ever seen those before. I got Tony, a celebrity in the house, onto my small little channel. Hello, Tony. How's it going, mate, over at Basement Blues there? How's it going, pal? I hope you're okay. Thanks very much for tuning in, my friend. It's much appreciated. Arrow, a Criterion release. Well, if it's an Arrow release, mate, I may come across it. If it's a Criterion release, then I probably will never come across it. I own 2 Criterions. I did own 3. One was the Blob, and I traded that in because the original 50s version of the Blob. I was a lover of that film, but then fuck only knows what Criterion did with that, mate. Criterion isn't cheap. I know it's not cheap, but in the UK, it's fucking ridiculously priced. And you pick up a film like that expecting loads, and it was like, yeah, transfer looked okay. Special features was next to nothing on it. But yeah, it's like a £22 film. So I sat on it for a while and watched it, and I watched it a few weeks back, and I thought, fucking, it's not worth keeping in my collection. So I chucked it straight out again. I traded it out. So I don't do the other 2 Criterions I've got is Jabberwocky, because that's a great film, handmade film, Monty Python crew. It's the only way I can get it. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I bought Fast Times when that came out. I think it was $17.99 because I didn't think that it had a Blu-ray release in the UK. Got it home, was pinging through somewhere else, and fucking lo and behold, Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a standard Blu-ray release. It's about £4. But I'm stuck with that Criterion version now. I mean, it's a nice enough release what they did with it at $17.99. Yeah, it's about the cut-off point for me price-wise. But I'm not the biggest Criterion lover. Hey, Anthony, send me a link on Instagram and I'll jump on the stream. Do you know what, Brad? I am currently looking out to do it, mate. And for fucking love knows, dude, I can send it via Messenger, but for some reason, I cannot seem to send the link via Instagram. So if anyone knows how to do that, please put a comment in to this technophobe, and I will ping Brad a thing over. Johnny saying, what's up to Tony? Tony says, all's well here. Tony says, hello to Johnny. I took notice the other day, Tony, you've been picking some 101 film stuff up. You look like you picked some of the AGFA titles up that 101 have released. I don't know if you had a chance to have a look at them, you mate. Are you finding them? Again, 101 Films is a company I champion on this channel massively. So if you ever want the heads up on any of the releases, mate, I'd be more than happy to steer you in the right direction with the 101 film stuff if you don't know much about them. Right, bear with me, Brad. Bear with me. I'll see if I can get this thing over to you. Let's see how I can do this. It seems easy to send it via via Messenger, but not that easy to send via Instagram for some bloody reason. See if I can do it this way. There we go. I've got it off my phone. Bear with me, Brad. 2 seconds. Let's give this a whirl. There we go, my friend. There should be a link sent your way now. Tony at Bestwick Blues. I really enjoyed the 101 films. I'm staying up to date with them. Yeah, I mean, there's some really, really early sort of back catalogue stuff, Tony. For example, the sort of black label and red label stuff you're probably coming across quite a lot in the States. In the UK, they had the Cult Movie Collection out. So the Cult Movie Collection was a collection of films. I don't have them all, but I've got a hefty chunk of them. I'm probably about 10 or 12 short, probably titles that I would never want in my collection, that I would never pick up. But the Cult Movie Collection always looks like that. Big red banner at the top. They did a cult horror collection, but it's all within the same sort of setup as this. There's no special features on these. There's no nothing. It's just a transfer of the film. They're always quite basic when you look inside. There's never anything with them, but they are dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. But they do a good thing. Like I said before, I see they are putting out a release of Johnny Mnemonic, which is brilliant. That's really good, but the price point is just skyrocketed. I mean, most of that black label special edition stuff, like I showed before, stuff like that was originally £15 in the UK. Now it's jumping up to 25. It's jumped up £10. I can understand a few pounds here and there, but a tenner. Oh no! I mean, we're getting out of price range territory now. It's and I understand things are going up, but Johnny, thanks to my mate for keeping me up to date with the 101 films. If it wasn't for Anthony, I wouldn't know to do about them. Exterminator 2 is my absolute comfort film. Yeah, mate. I mean, that release of Exterminator 2 that they put out is a blinder. It is really, really good what they did with that. Again, reversible art on it. There's a poster in it. The Blu-ray. Tony, I've just seen your thing down there, mate, that you're sticking with the black label editions, which I completely get. I completely get what they do with them. But don't overlook what they do with the red label stuff as well. Basically, the red label is films that they didn't seem that there was enough stuff for to do special editions of. So they put them on these red label editions, and you still get art cards and lobby cards and posters, special features, but they're relatively cheap. They're always like around the £12 mark. I've had some for as little as £8. Like I showed before, there's a copy of Headhunter that they put out. I know that Brad has a copy of Headhunter as well. I think he's either French or German or something like that. But the red label, mate, is fantastic. I think this is currently about £8. And again, I can pick all this stuff up from HMV in the UK. But they've turned some really nice stuff out on it. I mean, I know you guys in the US, you got the Vinegar Syndrome version of this, but they put out Raw Force as well on the red label. One of my personal favourites that they put out the red label as well and did a really, really good job of it was Runaway, the Michael Crichton film with Tom Selleck. I love this film. Full on 80s cheese, full on Tom Selleck. But it's brilliant, complete nostalgia film for me. And this is like £8 over here now. There's no pause or anything with this one, but for £8. Basement Blues, Tony. I have Room 237. Yeah, they put that documentary out. Uncle Peckerhead is the 101s I haven't got. Johnny's got Uncle Peckerhead on the 101 red label line. He keeps championing that film, so I need to pick that up at some point. Headhunter and Zorro, yeah, I've got those ones as well, mate. They are definitely worth looking into. I mean, the Crystal Lake Memories is being put out by them. In I think it's the beginning of next month. That's coming out to the red label. They seem to be picking all of this documentary stuff up, which is good because I love a good documentary. So it should be good that they pick that up because I think we've only ever had that on DVD over here. I don't think any other company ever put it out on Blu-ray. But the red label stuff is definitely worth a look. And I mean, 3 times a year when 101 put the sale on, most of those red label titles in that sale. I picked a lot of stuff up in the sale, £7, £8. Another cheesy 80 favourite of mine is Space Hunter: Adventure in the Forbidden Zone. I mean, an absolute piece of garbage, but I still love it for the nostalgia factor. They turned that out. That's worth a pick up. Again, Exterminator 2. They put out Nightmares, Sky Riders, The Deep, Into the Night. Into the Night's not a bad film. They did a nice that. They come in these red cases. They're pretty cool. That's a poster, a DVD Blu-ray combo. These can be picked up relatively cheap now in the red cases. They've done a couple in the red case. Another one for me that's a bit of a nostalgia kicker is FX and FX2. They put that out in a double release. No poster this time of this one, but 2 Blu-rays. So they are definitely worth a look into. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Another one of my favourites that they turned out, a more modern film. And again, I don't know why it doesn't get enough praise, this film. I think most people it was a bit of a flash in the pan, forgot about it. It's Robert Carlyle, Johnny Lee Miller, and Liv Tyler. And it's Plunkett McLean. Again, Highwayman film. I love it. It was 101 picked this up. Why 101 picked it up, I'm not 100% sure, but they put it out and they've done a good job with it. And again, relatively cheap, £7 or £8. Again, one of the later ones in that, they put Jeepers Creepers out. If you've got the Scream Factory version, I won't bother with this one. But again, it can be picked up for relatively little money. So it is a good line. You know what I mean? It's one of those lines that I always bang on about, and I champion it to the hilt. That if you're getting into this kind of thing and you're looking for a label or looking for a line of films to get into, and again, it all depends on taste and style, but you can't go wrong with 101 and what 101 do. The price point and the collectability and some of these kind of films that they put out, it's a good place to start. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic place to start. Johnny, Uncle Peckerhead is so good. Love the punk rock feel to it. Well, do you know what, mate? I don't know why I've not leaped at it before, because you know me, I'm a hugely into the punk scene. And I don't get why I haven't ever jumped onto that film, or why it's never been on my radar. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna have to jump onto it now. Hold on a minute. Here we go. We've got a guest. We've got the first guest of the night. Oh, Brad.
What's going on, Anthony? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Right, dude. I can, mate. I can. Yes. Are you okay?
Yeah. Driving.
Where we're driving to and from, mate?
I'm driving from the south to the north.
Lovely. How long of a drive is that?
Yeah, 8 hours from southern Tennessee to central Ohio.
My God. In 8 hours, I can get from one side of our country to the other.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's long and boring. But I wanted to ask you about the Pathfinder. Have you seen a movie called Valhalla Rising?
I haven't. I do know of the film, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, it's Valhalla Rising. Seems like a real hardcore version of the Pathfinder. It takes place back in Viking times, and it's got the villain from Casino Royale. What's his name? He was in the Hannibal series. I think I'm losing you here.
Yeah, it went off a little bit then, mate.
Yeah, I'm driving. Maybe the data's not that best, but did you hear what I was saying about Valhalla Rising and the who stars in it?
No, go on, say that again.
Did you hear what I said about Valhalla Rising and who stars in it?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, it's the villain from Casino Royale is the star of Valhalla Rising.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
But it's a really
he's a pretty decent actor.
Yeah,
I mean, anything around that kind of sort of Viking mythology, that I'm pretty much all over it, really. I mean, the more over the top and extreme, the better. And I think that's what Pathfinder lets itself in for. It is extreme, over the top Vikingness. You know what I mean? It's there you go. Sorry, we've got somebody in the chat. Mads Mikkelsen.
Yep, that's it.
Got it as well there. Hall & Oates, hello, my mate. Welcome to the chat. Mads Wilkinson as well. You got it? Yeah, that's the dude. Brad's got enough hillbillies and ran for his. Brad's got enough of hillbillies and ran for his life. That was from Johnny.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've actually missed a comment there.
If you get a chance to check that out, yeah, I don't know if it's out of print or not.
I'm slightly losing you again, though, mate.
I'm sorry, are you losing me?
Yeah.
I thought it would be fine. I have 5G, but it's a car, it's a phone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm driving through Nashville, Tennessee right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm not stopping. I'm going right through here, but so I thought maybe I'd have good enough service to jump on here and tell you about that movie, and hopefully you can get a chance to check it out. And if you can't get it there, let me know. I know we can get it here from Amazon. But
yeah. It's like I said, I have heard of the film, and it probably is. It probably is available. Let me have a quick look. While I'm looking, let's have a pop in the chat again. Johnny says, speaking of punk, we'd love to get some more links to some of your more local punks, punk scene in your area, Lawless Promotions, mate. Yeah, I mean, again, if you know me, I have a promotions company. I'm a punk promoter. Promote local punk bands, UK punk bands. I do have another channel as well called Lawless Promotions. I've got a Facebook page called Lawless Promotions, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So if any of you that's watching, if you're into the punk scene or if you're into the UK DIY punk scene, then hit some of my other stuff up. It's not much I don't really talk about it much on this channel, but no, I'm massively into the UK punk scene. What else have we got? We've got people saying hello to everyone. Basement Blues saying hello to Holland Oates. We've got Holland Oates saying hello to Tony. We've got Johnny saying hello to Holland Oates. We've got Holland Oates saying hello to Johnny. I just like the fact that Johnny's watching this while doing his weekly shopping. Fantastic. We've also got Pops in here. Hello, Al. Everyone's saying hello to everybody else. Tony from Basement Blues. Everyone's saying hello.
Go on, Alan, Tony, Johnny, Holland Oates, the other Tony.
Johnny said he's filling up with booze for Play My Mate. I don't blame you. Pops. Smiley face. Tony, Johnny, Holland, how are you all from Pops? I'll be perfectly honest, I've never had this many people in one of my live streams ever, so I'm doing quite well here. I'm feeling the love.
It's all me.
Yeah.
I'm the reason.
I'll take it all day long.
No, I've been trying to get you and Tony together for forever. I was like, the two Tonys, it's perfect. And you guys have very similar tastes. And Tony's a great guy, and he likes to stream. He streams a lot, but I get the feeling a lot of people don't reach out to him to stream because he's got a bigger channel and they don't want to bother him or whatever. But
yeah.
Tony likes streaming with anybody. He doesn't care if it's a small channel, big channel. As long as you're a big movie freak like he is, it doesn't really matter to Tony, at least as far as I can tell. I've seen him stream with people on Instagram that got like 3 followers.
Right.
He doesn't care. He just likes to, talk movies like the rest of us. And
yeah.
He's a good dude.
No, that's cool. I mean, I've watched his channel for a long while. His pickups are impressive. He's sort of even the 101 film stuff that we've just been talking about, his pickups and his knowledge on that was pretty good. You know what I mean? It's not everyone that gets the whole 101 films thing from outside the UK. It's not a completely deep established label. It's cool, man. He gets some cool pickups. He's actually said, Tony said, Brad's making me nervous driving while watching the live stream. Johnny says the boys are here, mates. They certainly are. Have you got? I'm wondering, Johnny, have you got headphones in, or can everyone in the supermarket hear this live stream while you're walking about?
If he didn't have headphones in before, the second I got on, he put the headphones in. There's children around.
What was I looking for? I was looking for Valhalla Rising. Yeah, it's certainly available in the UK, and it's at a budget price of £1.
Oh, so it's reasonable?
It's £1. Yeah.
Oh, £1. Hey, listen, for $1, you cannot lose.
No, not at all.
Well, £1, what's that? $3?
£1 at the moment is $1.30.
Yeah, well, there you go. For $1.30, you cannot lose checking out Valhalla Rising. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's definitely the most hardcore Viking movie I've ever seen. It's totally serious. It kind of puts you in mind of The Headhunter. Very little
Yeah,
dialogue, very serious, and it's all outdoors landscape, and it's a really good one. Very overlooked and underrated.
yeah. I mean, the Headhunter. I mean, I know. I mean, was that a French edition that you picked up?
Yeah, it's a French movie, The
Yeah, yeah,
Headhunter. And yeah, I found it at a secondhand store, factory sealed, in like Arkansas, which is not a movie. The big movie areas are like the Northeast and the Northwest, the physical media areas. And
yeah.
Arkansas, like they had a bunch of DVDs and then just one copy of that sealed on Blu-ray, and it was like $10 or something. I bought
Right.
it, and it was like at the time it was going for like 40 on Amazon. So
Yeah, I mean that's.
somebody found it at a flea market or something. I don't know, but I got it, and I really like that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I mean, I can't think what streaming service it came to in the UK, but that's how I came across it the first time I watched it. Could have been Netflix. Yeah, I would imagine it would have been Netflix. It's one of our main streaming services that we use in this house. I saw it on there, and then about 14 months ago, maybe give or take, 101 decided to put it out and did a sterling job with it. It's a really nice little set that they put out, and it's like for nothing. It was about £8 when it came out. Real low budget title for what they did with it, but they did a good little job with it. But obviously you're driving, but obviously that's the
Yeah, I've seen that release.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
looked at it, and I remember I entered your competition, your contest, and I
Right,
was like,
okay, yeah.
I said, what am I going to get from 101 Films? I was like, I've already got it, but maybe there's features on it I don't know about. That was probably what I was going to pick.
Yeah, yeah. It's Johnny said everyone in the supermarket can hear us. Brilliant. They can hear my northern dulcet British tone. It's Johnny, let's take a moment to discuss the best film ever made, The Beast in Heat. I'm all ears, Brad. Well, there we go. It's
I keep a copy with me at all times.
just for these circumstances.
If I pulled that out and showed it right here, that would be.
Well, like I showed before, I've got one copy of Erotic Ghost Stories just come in. I'm still waiting on the other two, so that's the first one there. So I would imagine the other two would be Monday or Tuesday. I was hoping there was going to be here today because they got shipped on Wednesday, and I've had them delivered straight to store. So I was hoping when I went today they were there, but they weren't. There was only one copy of it there. So I'm hoping the other should be in Monday, latest Tuesday.
Yeah, I think The Sword and the Sorcerer is at the destination I'm going to right now. And I got something to ship out to the other Tony Monday, and I'll be shipping yours out Monday. I just got to figure out what the best way to ship it to you, if it's DHL or, what the best way to get it to you the fastest is.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny might be the man to speak to. He's mailed me stuff before. I'm not 100% sure where he sent it, but it got here relatively quick and intact. So, I mean, currently the mailing system from the UK is really good. I sent Johnny the Zombie Flesh Eaters Arrow Steelbook the other week. I think it took 7 days to get to him, maybe 8. I posted it on the Sunday, and it got the following Monday. So yeah, 8 days I think it took to get there. I have had stuff in the past that I've sent to him. It took about a fortnight to 10 days. I mean, that's the fastest I've ever had anything get to him.
That's a really nice looking steelbook too.
Yeah, it is good. The artwork on it is fantastic. And again, those Arrow steelbooks in the UK at the moment, for some reason, the price has just diminished on them. They're worth virtually nothing. I mean, I picked that copy up for like £18. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's nothing at all. And other ones that I'm on the lookout for Johnny for at the moment, the price doesn't seem to be holding that big on them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if steelbook collecting in the UK has gone really quiet now, and not many people are bothering, and everyone's trying to get rid of what they've got, and they're really willing to sell it at any kind of price they can get rid of it at. I'm not 100% sure, but you can get it for relatively nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, myself, I've been getting out of steelbooks just because they're so easily damaged. Any little ding on them, and it really sticks out. And if it does break, there's no replacing it. There's no putting a new case on.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to the regular plastic, and I move a lot, so I don't want to ding this stuff up, and some of it's worth a lot of money. So I've just kind of been like, I sold the Thing 4K Steelbook from Best Buy for like
yeah,
$100, and then I bought the regular edition for like $10,
yeah.
and just use that
Yeah, it's
other 90 to just buy a bunch of other crap.
that's just it. I mean, Tony says, what steelbook are we referring to? It is the Zombie Flesh Eaters, mate, on the Arrow Region B release that they put out, the orange one. It's a lovely edition. Inside and out. I mean, the artwork externally is brilliant, and the poster and the art cards are really good. It's a double disc set as well. Like I said, I picked that thing up for £18. It was a bargain. And I picked up a copy of, and again, I'm not a steelbook collector. I picked it up because it was cheap. I already owned the film, the 35th anniversary edition of Highlander on steelbook. I found it for £1 in a second-hand shop, and I traded that in for 15. So you know what I mean. I turned £1 into £15.
Tony from Basement Blues, if you hit Brian up via the messenger, have him show you some of those Arrow steelbooks he got. I'm telling you, it's some of the best steelbook. It's probably the best steelbook art I've ever seen. The ones that ones he sent to Johnny, they're incredible.
They are phenomenally good. I knew this one had come from a collector as well, because it was in a quality plastic slip over his steelbook, and he kept the J card. He kept everything with it. And so for £18, it was a no-brainer. Johnny, I owe you my soul for that Flesh Eater steelbook. No, you don't, man. It is what it is, dude. I've told you before, if I can help any of you out, I will do. If there's stuff over here that you can't get, I will gladly grab it you. It's no issue at all. Tony at Basement Blues says will do. It's like I said, Tony, the Arrow steelbooks, they did quite a few of the UK releases, and they did the artwork on a lot of them are really nice, but that one's a big standout one. The colours just pop on it. It's a really, really nice piece. Johnny was after a couple of others as well. Johnny, if you refresh me, mate, what were they? Was one the? I'm sure one was the Brood.
I remember City of the Living Dead was a really nice one.
Yeah.
The Fulci ones, The Beyond, also was really nice. All the Fulci ones seem to be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a quick look here, I can sort of find out quite quick from a local second-hand store what the prices are that they're going for at the moment, and they are for what's that? Criterion. No, mate. Sorry, Johnny. The steel books that you was looking for, mate. The Arrow release Region B steel books. Just bear with me 1 second. I've just got an incoming phone call. Yeah, I'm back again. That was quite a crazy phone call. So if you could see me waving like a lunatic, someone stood out the window. I've got the blind open. Someone could see me on the street. Have rang me, to say they could see me. I mean, fuck me. It's right, Johnny. It was The Brood. Yeah. Let me do a quick video apply. So some of the Steelbook stuff that's coming through here. There's a House Steelbook. What else on the Demons? That one's quite cool. The Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's a cool release. That one, if anyone can see it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's currently going for 22 quid. So that you know what I mean. You can get it for sort of little money, really. Blood and Black Lace. That's going for 20. It's quite a nice looking steelbook as well.
How is Killer Clowns in Outer Space? How is it received over there in the UK? Because here, it's huge. People love it here. I mean, there's dolls of it. There's toys, all kinds of decorations and stuff. People would go nuts for it here.
Yeah, it's slightly odd. Those in the know, but those that have probably never watched that kind of thing, he just glossed over them. It's just a film that most people wouldn't remember if never seen it. It's got a nice edition, an Arrow edition 2-disc set over here. Special edition came with a poster and cards and things like that. I've got that edition of it. I think there's about 3 different releases of it on Region B. A single disc edition, a 2-disc edition, and then the steelbook. But I love the film. But
the Arrow you got, did it come with the purple slip?
No, for some reason the single edition you could get with the purple slip. The double edition I got didn't come with a slip, and again, I'm not a big slip guy, so it don't really matter. But the one I got came with a poster and 4 art cards, double disc.
Yeah, the purple slip goes for stupid money here.
Right. So the ones that Johnny are looking for, yeah, City of the Living Dead and The Beyond are the next on his list. To be honest, I'm still drooling over the Flesh Steelbook. If you need The Brood, just send it and you'll receive it in the letterbox. I got a What the Fuck surprise in your box with Alligator. I'm going to do my best to make you feel uncomfortable. Cheers, my mate. Again, Alligator was one for me. Obviously, with no release of it all over here. I think there's some crappy early DVD of it that's a big pile of shit, really. But apart from that, I've got nothing over here. So once they released that 4K of Alligator, I knew that was one that I wanted for my collection. That was one of those films I remember from seeing that from a really young age on the TV in the UK. And it's one of those films that just stuck with me.
Yeah, I'm hoping to catch that on sale. For whatever reason, I just don't want to pay $30 for it. But I mean, I'll pay $30 for The Beast in Heat. But I'm waiting for a sale on Alligator.
And then, obviously, in returns, you got me Sword and Sorcerer. Johnny got me Alligator, and then obviously Pops wanted a film, so I pinged a message over to him the other day for the Halloween 3 4K. Because obviously there's no Blu-ray. There's not even a Blu-ray edition of Halloween 3 over here.
Oh wow!
There's an old crappy DVD version that I've got of it. That's just a standalone film and nothing else. But we've never had a Blu-ray of Halloween 3, so
that's a good one to get for sure.
Yeah, it's a favorite of mine. Between Pops, Brad, and myself, we've got you, mates. Us fellas will make sure you don't miss the jack poop. Or should that have been jackpot, or should it be jack poop? I'm not 100% sure. But no, cheers, Johnny, man. It is much appreciated, mate. You know, it's and again, mate, feelings mutual. If you guys ever need anything from over here, then just shout, mate. This stuff's like I did that video from HMV the other day, just to show you what's available at my fingertips. That's just a small minority, really, of what I've got available on the high street in the UK. I've got HMV, I've got FOP, I've got a couple second-hand stores. The biggest one being CEX. I mean, I champion them loads, but probably people get sick of hearing me talk about CEX. But if you're into buying second-hand films, it's probably the easiest and best way in the UK to pick stuff up relatively cheap. So I've got all this kind of stuff at my fingertips. I'm not having to rely on just ordering online. You know what I mean? It's I'm quite old school, and I do like physical. I like walking into a shop. I like picking something up. I like looking at it and then paying for it with cash. You know what I mean? It's not everyone likes that anymore, but that's just my preference.
Yeah, God forbid you have to talk to somebody.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's a good way to find out if something else is coming in. Like you going into that shop, doing that tour. I saw that Erotic Ghost Story Deluxe Edition, and then I knew Alan and Johnny were thinking about ordering it. I just 911 called them and said, "Hey, don't order it because it's going to look different because we have the other two Deluxe Edition Cat 3s that 88 has done."
Yeah.
And on the shelf, you'd have one regular edition next to two Deluxe Editions. It would be anarchy. You can't have that. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So
is it getting a US release?
I don't know. We got the 88 Films Region B, but it was the small, the regular,
the one in the slip.
Yeah, no slip, not even a slip.
Oh, not even a slip. I mean, that edition got a slip over here as well as.
Yeah, we didn't get the slip. All we got was one, just a clean with no slip. But see, the thing is, for Ricky O and Robotrix, we got deluxe editions for those.
Right.
So it was just like they didn't think Erotic Ghost Story was going to sell over here, I guess. You know, I wonder why. Yeah, it's going to work out really good. Basically, right now, anything with that 3 on the spine,
yeah,
I'm a buyer of right now. Everything I've seen so far with the 3 on the spine, I've loved. So I just hopefully there's more, a lot more coming.
Yeah, you would think so.
I think Unearthed Films actually putting out 3 more.
Right.
I think around April, March.
Tony says from Basement Blues, I like shopping in person also. Yeah, mate, it's just a preference thing for me. I don't know if it's because I'm slightly older or stuck in my ways, or I don't know, but I personally just like walking into the store, having a thumb through some titles, speaking to people. The guy who runs my local store at HMV, Paul, he's a fantastic guy, similar kind of age. We're on similar kind of wavelength. He's into the same kind of stuff as I am. And then when I walked in store last Saturday, he gave me the heads up straight away about the second sight sale that was coming. Straight away, put me 3 titles to one side, and then I ordered 3 more. They were waiting for me today when I walked in. So it's just the little things like that. You know what I mean? It's great. And again, if you've got any issues, I'm just going straight back to store with it, and they're dealing with it there and then. I'm not having to email people, make phone calls, send things back. You know what I mean? It's to me, that's just too much faff, and I can't be dealing with it. So to have places like HMV and FOP, it's great. I mean, I heard you guys talking about a place called Bull Moose.
Yeah.
Is that a similar kind of thing to HMV, or is it?
It's similar, but the country is so big that they basically, anytime you have a smaller franchise like that, they stay in their own little area. So they're up in the very northeastern tip of the country in about 4 states, but they're all very close to each other. So if you live in California, for instance, this place, Bull Moose, is out of Maine, which is the complete opposite. You're talking days and days to get across the country.
Right.
Weeks, whatever. So the only way to go, it's all mail order. So for
Yeah,
customers on the West Coast, they do mail order. Well, they do mail order for anybody, but if you actually get a chance to walk in their store, it's just like the kind of shops you're talking about. And
yeah, yeah,
if they don't have it at that location, they can ship it, to another location where you're at, or they can ship it to your home or whatever. But Brian Goes Blue turned me on to them. I had heard of them before, but Brian explained to me a little bit better how the site works. And you get like rewards, it's like Arrow does, where you get like
yeah,
rewards towards titles. So they've been
yeah.
good to do.
That's
They ship in a box, which I really like. Here
yeah,
we have
that's good.
they ship a lot of times, like Amazon will ship it to you in a bag, and it just
Yeah,
gets beat all to hell before it gets to you.
I am not a lover of Amazon at all. If I can stay away from it, I will do. It's very, very, very rare I buy anything off Amazon. I don't like the way the company's set up. I don't like the way they treat their employees in the UK.
Or
It's not.
anywhere.
Yeah, it's just shit. It's not for me. So I tend just to keep away completely. So that's I'd rather just, if I'm going to order online, like I did with the indicator stuff the other week, because that was online only, that deal, and that was 5 for 40. Then I'll order that way. I don't mind ordering direct from someone, but ordering through a third party company, no, it's not my cup of tea. Let's have a look through the chat here. Future Boy, Arrow's American Wolf in London is the best looking steelbook in my opinion. Johnny says, mates, there was a ton of criteria at the bottom of the shelf in that HMV video that you did. Awesome job on that video. I would love to see you do a complete walkthrough of that shop. Well, I can do a complete walkthrough of that shop. That wouldn't be an issue. What I probably could do is speak to Paul in the next couple of weeks. That story's moving. So the thing that's happening in my town at the moment, the HMV I've got isn't that big. It's big enough. It stocks what it needs to stock, but it's moving to a larger location about 100 yards away. It's going 4 times in size. So that says what physical media is still doing in the UK. They're doing big numbers on it. Otherwise, they won't be moving into a bigger store. So they're quite happy. If they're quite happy for me to do a walkthrough of their new store and film it and whack it up on my channel, then I will do. He's already told me that his physical media section on his boutique stuff is going twice as big. So they're going to be stocking more stuff, which is brilliant. You know what I mean? You can't ask for much more. And because I'm a loyal customer, they give me a £5 off voucher. So when this new store opens, I'll get £5 off the next purchase, which is a bonus. That steelbook is beating Future Boy. I wish I would have jumped all over it on the Diabolic exclusive. Don't think I saw that one. Beautiful immense. Tony says that steelbook is amazing, Future Boy. Johnny says Amazon is garbage. It is, mate. I suppose it's got its purpose. You know what I mean? It's obviously doing something right. There's so many people use it, but I just will not buy into the fact. I mean, I won't even use the streaming service. You know what I mean? I won't even give them the money for that. So it's I just tend to keep away altogether. The shit that you hear coming out of the employees in the UK, 0-hour contracts and all kinds of stuff. It's just it puts me off. I mean, there's a poor woman who delivers down my street for Amazon. I mean, she's out there like 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I mean, who the fuck wants to be working at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning? You know what I mean? It's crazy, but these people are still churning it out for next to no money. You know what I mean? Most of these people will be on sort of like minimum wage. It's scandalous that a company who's earned so much money treats its staff so poorly. So I just stay away from them.
Well, what the problem is with the drivers is the drivers don't actually work for Amazon in America, at least. The drivers are the Amazon hires private trucking companies and private delivery companies to run their business, and then they put the Amazon logos all over their trucks for free.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we'll wrap your truck, but we need a contract from you. And then they just, the contractor's a middleman in between the employee and Amazon. So the contractor makes some money, and then gives whatever's left to the guy, the driver. So that's why they get paid so little, and they're just overworked and overloaded, and it's just it's not a good situation. They got to eventually do something
Yeah,
about it. But
it's
it's a
like you say,
strange time.
it is. I mean, the odd one over here. I mean, they somehow got the sort of rights. So we have a supermarket in the UK called Morrison's, and they somehow got the rights to doing their online food shopping. So Amazon drivers are now delivering groceries from Morrison's, which is just mind blowing. You know what I mean? Why is a company as big as that dealing with Amazon? I don't get it. It's everybody else does their own online shopping delivery. For some reason, Morrison's go through Amazon. Bizarre.
I give you two guesses why Morrison's letting Amazon do their deliveries.
It's the moolah. It's the money. It's the money. You know what I mean? Johnny says, I fully exploit Amazon every chance I get. Let them keep sending me those coupons and promotional codes. See, I don't get anything off them. I can't remember the last time I had any kind of promotional code or coupon or anything from Amazon. It's the only time I buy anything from them. They've had enough of my money. They've got enough money. They don't need mine. Well, that's the way I look at it, mate. I mean, I tell a lie. The only thing I have bought from Amazon, and it's the only way I could get it, because this book was an Amazon book. It's a book called Barbarians at the Gates of Hollywood, and it's about sword and sorcery films from the 80s. This was released by Amazon. There was no other way to get it, so I had to give them £9, and I was really gutted about that. But there we go. But it is a good book. Take nothing away from it. The guy that's wrote this, it's brilliant. It goes through sword and sorcery films from the early 80s all the way through to the early 90s. And then it goes to the sort of Italian exploitation rip-off stuff that came out. So it goes through about 40 titles in there. It's a decent book. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's worth a pickup.
Johnny is frantically writing that title down right now. It's a movie book. He's got to have it.
Johnny loves a book.
He loves a good movie book. If it's about making movies, he's got to have it.
The masses don't care how shit Amazon is. They look for the convenience, the cheapest prices. You're exactly right, Future Boy. People use it because of the convenience. And I don't know what it was like in the US, but during the first bout of COVID in the UK and the lockdown that we had here, I mean, fucking hell, every man and his dog was an Amazon driver. You know what I mean? If you couldn't go to work normally, you go working for Amazon for 16 weeks. You know what I mean? That's all you saw on the road. It's the only people that was doing anything around here was Amazon delivery. It was crazy. And I think people since then have got even more of the mindset of using Amazon more than anything else. So it's just stuck. We've got Amazon delivery boxes all over our town now. I mean, there's one about 100 yards away from where I live. So if you don't want it delivered to your house, you can just have it thrown in a storage box over the back of me, and then you just go collect it at your convenience. It
makes a lot of sense in the UK. You guys don't really drive a lot, do you?
I personally don't drive at all.
Well, there you go. Delivery, Amazon, the people would love it because they don't drive, so the stuff comes straight there.
Yeah, it's one thing I've never done. I'm 44 years old and I've never done a driving test.
Yeah, here everybody drives. The kids start driving at 16 here, and they get a car at 16 and they start driving and running errands. So, and we still use the hell out of Amazon for everything.
Yeah. Johnny,
I agree with you. I try to avoid it. Yeah, I don't really care about their corporate practices. You can only exploit somebody in business if they let you. If you hire somebody to do a job and they know going in that they're going to have to shit in a bag and piss in a bottle and work Sundays, and they take the job, well, that's on them. Nobody's putting the gun to their head and making them take the job. So they know it's a crummy job when they start. But what I don't like more than anything is you order from them, it'll come in, it'll be destroyed, and you'll contact them and they'll go, okay, well, you want us to send you another one? Well, not if it's going to get destroyed again.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait 2 weeks and have the thing come in. So, but recently I had to order. I try to avoid them. I like to support small companies, but I had to order the Void from them. Me and Johnny just watched it I think Johnny recommended it to me, but I'd heard about it before. But we just watched it recently. I had to order it from them because nobody else had it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Johnny says, could count how many times someone tells me to use Amazon instead of Orbit DVD because something is cheaper. I'll support Orbit any day of the week as opposed to corporate giants who couldn't care less. You're right, mate. You know what I mean? It's if you've got those kind of companies like Orbit and that in the US, that's fantastic. We don't have any small independent companies like that in the UK, and if we do, they're probably more city centre, and I've never come across them. But sort of the bigger, more mainstream in the UK, I definitely use. Because it's just that I'd rather give someone my money face to face. I mean, Tony from Basement Blues said exactly the same as Johnny. He'd rather support Orbit as well, and so would I. If I had a company like that in the UK, and that's how I was doing my purchasing online, then yeah, definitely support the smaller guy. You know what I mean? They need it more than Amazon do. Future Boy says Amazon have a great returns policy for physical media, even if you've opened it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said,
they don't care because Amazon doesn't sell returns. Like if something comes back returned, they send it to a liquidator. It doesn't go back to their shelves. So no matter what it is, if it's broken, if it's not broken, if somebody just returned it because they don't like it, Amazon doesn't put it back on their shelves. It goes to a different place and it is sold for pennies on the dollar to a liquidator. So yeah, they have a great return policy because they write it off 100% and then send it to a liquidator. They don't bother restocking it, even if there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few videos of those people that are buying stuff out at auction that is Amazon stock in those big pallets, and they're bidding on the stuff.
I got a buddy here that's in the liquidation business. He buys semi-trailers full of stuff from Amazon. Yeah, and he says most of it, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. There's not even anything wrong with it, but it's the returns, broken, defective, whatever, and it's just somebody returned a toaster because they wanted to, and they had to select a reason, so they put damaged or broken or something, and it goes back. Either way.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, it's massive for whatever it is now, Amazon, but it's just one thing I have never bought into really. Like I say, even the streaming service, I don't even bother with the streaming service. I mean, if you look at the streaming service, 90% of what they put up there is just garbage. You know what I mean? It's not even good. It's not even good garbage. It's just garbage. You know what I mean?
Well, they got the new James Bond. They just bought. Was it MGM? They bought
MGM. Yeah.
MGM. I think I said Universal the other day. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's MGM that they bought.
Yeah, it's the MGM back catalog, isn't it?
Yeah. So they paid like $2 or $3 billion for the whole company.
Yeah.
And it's all going on their streaming service.
Yeah, I suppose it's like any other streaming service. You know what I mean? People are cash grabbing whatever they can get hold of catalog titles like that. It's just like Disney buying Lucas. You know what I mean? It's
really a smart.
They're all looking for it.
If you're looking forward, if you're thinking forward, and you want to be in the streaming business, if you buy like, let's say you buy Peacock, which is an NBC company.
Yeah.
They just bought The Exorcist, the whole franchise. They have the rights to all them. They own the movies, not just the rights, and they paid $400 million for it, and that's whatever 4 movies, TV shows, all that stuff. Well, now they're going to make new TV shows and new movies. Think about it like this: new movies that come out, are they good, bad, terrible? It seems like lately the new stuff is horrible.
Yeah.
So if there's only so many movies that are good out there, you want as many of the good franchises as you can own, because pretty soon that's all there's going to be. Because if they stop making new movies, which they may because they're not making any money, you want the premium titles to show on your service.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, Shenanigans. Hello, Cody. How's it going, mate? We all right? He's put. I've actually just cancelled my Amazon Prime membership. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it is in the US, but I think it's £75 a year in the UK at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's about $130 a year in the US.
Yeah. It's those straight to streaming service films at the moment. They seem to the budget. When you look at the budgets on them, the budgets are sky high. But then when you look at what they've actually done with the budget, you go, well, how have you got to this? I just don't get how they get to the big one that's worried me at the moment. And it might be fine, and it might be a good film. Is Netflix picking up the rights to do Masters of the Universe? They've just paid top dollar for a script and the rights to do Masters of the Universe. If done right, I can see it being good. If being done by Netflix, it's going to be mediocre. It's fucking everything else they turn out is it's just mediocre stuff. But they've got big budgets, but they're just mediocre films.
Are you familiar with the Adam Sandler movie scams that he does?
Yes.
Adam Sandler signed like a 25 or 30 movie deal with Netflix. His movies cost $100 million to make. He makes $20 million for starring in them. He writes them. His production company makes them. He, his friends are all in them, and they all get paid crazy money. And it doesn't matter if they're good or not. They just put them out anyway, and they're not good anyway.
No. I mean, at that point, he's not bothered, is he? You know what I mean? The sellout factors hit high effect, and that's all he's interested in.
Yeah. And if you haven't watched any of them, they're all in like all the movies he makes are in like vacation destinations.
Yes. Yep.
Like
every one of them.
Let's do one in Africa. I've always wanted to go to Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, we have a Netflix account. My wife uses it more than I do. It's very, very rare I use it. I took notice Texas Chainsaw Massacre popped up on there the other day. I've not really bothered with it. I've you know what I mean? I suppose I'll watch it at some point, but I'm in no rush. If the Dead was the other one prior to that, you know what I mean? The big hoo-ha about that. And I watched that, and it was like just a crock of shit. It was just, yeah. So they've not. There's nothing directly come to Netflix in a while that was a Netflix original that's been any good. The TV stuff, you know what I mean, the series stuff is okay. But the film stuff just lacks massively.
It seems like that's where they shine, the series.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched them in years, but I heard they're still pretty good. And I tell you what in my opinion, what they do best is those like murder documentaries that they do. You know, they do like these weird like stories about, you know, like making a murderer and whatnot.
Yeah, I remember watching those. Well, I think when that one first came on, for some bizarre reason, my daughter really got into it. So we'd be watching TV and she put it on, and I slowly found myself getting engrossed by it. You know what I mean? And it is, and I don't normally go for that kind of stuff, but it's entertaining TV, I suppose.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's not that great, but you get hooked. Where you're like, I got to see what happens next. There's one about the staircase where this man was accused and convicted of killing his wife, and it turns out a fucking owl did it.
Right.
Like, literally what happened, an owl attacked her and she fell down and like knocked herself out and died. and they thought he beat her over the head or something. She got attacked by an owl and died. And then they had to let the guy out of prison after like 30 years or something.
Cody says Lord of the Rings Amazon show cost $1 billion and it looks mediocre and expensive. Do you know what, mate? I've watched every trailer that's come out up to now, and I think the exact same thing. It looks massively overproduced. Massively. There's one in the trailer that it shows you an elf, and it shows you him fire a longbow, and it shows you the bow come out. It shows you an arrow being shot at him, and it slows down in bullet time, and he pulls the arrow out of midair, spins it round, and fires it back in real time. Man, it looks overproduced. You know what I mean? It doesn't look Lord of the Rings-ish at all. It looks way too modern. I don't know where it's been filmed. I believe a lot of the crew was the original Peter Jackson crew that have got involved with it. So you think it would be okay, but why spend $1 billion on a franchise like that? I mean, fuck, for a TV, that is crazy. And I'm a big Tolkien fan, but this looks dubious.
And it was Netflix that bought the Lord of the Rings rights?
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Corey says no problems, Johnny. Tony Basement Blue. I like the true crime stuff on Netflix. Yeah, again, Tony, it's not something I generally sit down and watch, but when my daughter was still at home, she liked all this kind of stuff. So I just found myself watching it with her, and before you know it, you've gone through one season, then you're on to something else, and there's plenty of it on Netflix, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't dislike Netflix. I don't dislike what it does. I mean, it's a good price point. The only thing I found was I tried the 4K streaming, and to be perfectly honest, between the HD stream and the 4K stream, I couldn't see any difference. So I dropped it back down to the HD stream.
It's nowhere near a disc. They compress it so tight it just doesn't work. Did you ever see a series called Mindhunters on Netflix?
No.
It's David Fincher's show. He writes and directs it. It's got 2 seasons so far. I think they're doing a 3rd. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not one I've come across that. I mean, the only difference I've ever seen streaming service wise, and again, you've only got one price, which is pretty good, is Disney Plus. Now, it's a complicated one. The whole Disney franchise is a bit thingy with me. Doesn't lay well, but they've turned some good stuff out. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, huge Star Wars fan, and I think the stuff that they're doing within the Star Wars universe at the moment is fantastic. Some of the best stuff that's been put to TV in a while. The Marvel stuff I can give or take. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like. I thought Loki was done very good, but then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that was okay. So the Marvel stuff I can give a take, but the Star Wars stuff I think is fantastic. But then when you look at the way it streams in, some of those streams at the moment, they're could be streamed in IMAX. So you certain sections of a film, if it's IMAX enhanced, takes your TV out of letterbox into full screen and then back into letterbox in certain sections. I think that's pretty clever, and it looks quite good. I mean, you can sort of tell the difference between their 4K stream to a Netflix 4K stream. So Disney Plus must be doing something a little bit different.
Hopefully, the Mandalorian, did that get a 3rd season yet?
It's been set for a 3rd season. Yeah.
Okay, I really liked it. I've only seen the 1st season, but I really liked it, and I usually don't go for that kind of stuff, but I thought it was handled really well. He kind of reminds you, the Mandalorian kind of reminds you of Dredd.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Mannerisms.
He won't take the helmet off,
Yeah. Very well done. Very, very reminiscent of a Western. The whole premise of it is very reminiscent of a Western. From the music. Obviously, they've taken inspiration from Morricone on the music on that. Definitely the way it is. It just works. I mean, the Book of Boba Fett, that worked. I really enjoyed that. Really looking forward to Obi-Wan coming out. So you know what I mean? They can have my $6.99 a month just for what they're doing with the Star Wars franchise. Future Boy, oversaturation on streaming service will eventually collapse. Yeah, I mean, we haven't got as many streaming services in the UK than what you have in the US. I mean, we've got the main ones here. We've got Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and then we've got a few smaller ones like a company called BritBox, which are all the main TV companies in the UK, ITV, BBC, and Channel 4. They all came together to release one streaming service. That's pretty good and relatively cheap. Apart from that, you know what I mean? It's we've got Shudder over here, but my biggest problem with Shudder is when you guys all get together once a month to watch the Joe Bob Briggs stuff. I can't get it. Joe Bob Briggs doesn't show on the UK Shudder, so you guys can watch that live. I can't get it at all. I've tried running VPNs on it, and then initially I got it working through a VPN. Now there must be something within Shudder that's blocking the VPN because I can't get it to work on a VPN anymore either. The one I can watch with you guys and with myself and Johnny and that I've done it before is what's the free streaming service in the US? That's quite good. Tubi. Yeah, I can get Tubi if I run that through a VPN. I can get Tubi, and that's brilliant for a free streaming service. It's fantastic. But we have no services like that in the UK currently. We've recently just got IMDb TV, which seems okay. It's very much like Tubi. But apart from that, we haven't got that many streaming services within the UK.
Yeah, I think all I have is Shudder. I don't have any of the other ones. But I'm a horror freak, so it works out for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put Shudder on every so often. They'll send me a code where I can have it for £1 for a month or £1 for 3 months or something like that, just to try and get me back onto subscribing. But like for me, it was all about the Joe Bob Briggs stuff and participating with you guys to watch those shows. And then when I realised after the first one that we don't get it in the UK, I was like, right, okay, fine. That sort of like fucks that idea up basically. So, but like I say, originally it worked. The first time it worked using a VPN. No, it doesn't work with the VPN. I can't get it out of the UK edition. Shenanigans. I believe I may have put a serving of Auntie Lee's meat pies in the box you got yesterday. Don't forget to refrigerate the leftovers, brother. Yeah, I mean, I know that film. I've never seen it.
You're not missing anything.
Right. Tony at Basement Blue says Mindhunters is great. I've not seen it. I haven't seen it. Cody, Holland Oates, yeah, enjoy Mindhunters. I'm probably going to have to check this out. If everyone's liking it, then I'm probably going to have to look at it.
Well, what it is it's basically the formation of the FBI special unit.
Right.
It's the formation of that where they actually hunt serial killers, and the term serial killer wasn't invented prior to this movie and the storyline. So that's
right.
what it's about.
I'll have to check that out. And what streaming service is that on? Did you say?
Netflix.
Right, cool. I'll check that out. Future Boy, the over-relying on the internet for entertainment is disturbing. That cannot last forever. Nothing lasts forever. When you use physical media, it becomes so much more valuable. See, the problem being is, I'm surprised I've not had an issue as yet, but the internet service in my area doesn't matter what provider you use, it's dog shit. Originally, I was with Virgin Media, which is cable broadband. That started off okay. Then I had issues with that, and then we've got all the sort of old school copper wire providers, so BT, Sky TV, all those ADSL providers, and they are much better. And currently, I'm using a 5G wireless setup from a company called 3 in the UK. That seems to be holding its own at the moment. It can have dicky fits every now and again, but as a 5G wireless, it's my cheapest option and best option at the moment. It amazes me that we've got a conflict going on between Russia and the Ukraine at the moment. We're getting satellite pictures back from battlefields where you can pinpoint men that's unbelievable accuracy with unbelievable clarity in that picture, but I can't get fucking internet down my street. I mean, what is the world coming to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal. It just shows you where priorities lie.
I'm moving into the woods from a city, and I'm very worried that my internet's not going to be good down there.
Yeah, I mean it's in the north. Well, I'm in the northwest of England, and unless you're in the larger cities, Manchester, Liverpool, those kind of areas, doesn't matter where you're going. In the smaller towns where I live, the internet's fucking garbage. Shenanigans, not to mention that a ton of films we watch aren't available on any streaming services or have outdated DVD scans or no subs. Physical media isn't going anywhere. Well, it's definitely not, mate. It's like I explained before. My local HMV is going into a larger store. So that only tells me one thing, is they're making more money. So they want more things on the shelves so they can sell more product. So that says to me the physical media things in the UK at the moment is kicking off massively. It's going bigger and bigger. I think I've spoken about this before, but the big thing that's helping drive that in the UK at the moment, supermarkets and the larger stores not stocking physical media anymore. So the likes of Asda in the UK, which is equivalent to your Walmart, aren't stocking anything anymore. Tesco's aren't stocking anything anymore. Sainsbury's aren't stocking anything anymore. Where at one time these companies could price match, if not price beat HMV. Now HMV have no competition. They're just being allowed to run wild, and they're doing good things with it as well as. So it's a blessing really in the UK that these big companies, these big supermarkets, aren't stocking physical media anymore.
Well, do you worry at all about? So I don't like streaming for a number of reasons, but do you worry at all about the streaming as far as them editing the films? Because if you're a freak like me who likes these Cat 3 Psycho movies where people are getting ripped apart and, things are not PC happening on screen, to me, I worry, well, if I want to watch that in the future, let's say they happen to have it, which unlikely they would have Ebola syndrome, for instance. Is it going to be edited if it's on streaming? And most likely, it sounds like it's going to be a yes that they're that they edit.
Yeah, they definitely will do. You know what I mean? It bothers me a little bit. Probably not as much as it may do with you, especially horror-related titles. Because, like I say, like we've spoken about before, my collection of horror titles, my love for horror is very specific. I like what I like, and I don't try to dwindle away. My biggest thing with the streaming service, because I'm such an 80s nostalgia dude, and most of my stuff is 80s intrinsic, and that's all it is. A lot of this stuff will only carry the mainstream 80s films. The big titles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your Indiana Joneses, your Back to the Futures, your ETs, which is great, and I have a massive love for all that. But the sort of out of left field 80s titles that you don't come across much anymore, these streaming services won't have it. You know what I mean? So the only way for me is these companies releasing it to physical, which is brilliant, because more and more of these companies, between 88 and Arrow and Second Sight, you know what I mean, they're knocking some brilliant 80s stuff out the park at the moment.
Yeah.
Hold on, have you guys watched the Exorcist show that lasted for 2 seasons? I enjoyed season 1, didn't really care for season 2. I haven't watched it directly. I think my wife got into it and she watched both seasons and enjoyed it. I saw a little bit here and there. I wasn't really paying much attention, but I know that she enjoyed it.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Annie, she swears it's one of the best shows you'll ever see, but I haven't watched it yet. I do want to check it out, but I know it did get canceled. But yeah. I heard Amazon was going to be, or Peacock was going to be doing a new Exorcist show. Right. They're going to try and create an Exorcist universe like the Conjuring universe.
Yeah. Johnny, unfortunately, I've had to jump off, but enjoyed talking to everyone. Enjoyed talking to you all, and look forward to the next one. Brad, be safe on your travels. Till next time, folks. Much love, Johnny. Yeah, take care, Johnny, man. We'll speak soon, mate.
Later, man.
Tony at Basement Blues. I've watched it. Hold on. Season 1 was really good, surprisingly. Season 2 didn't turn out as well. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I got from most people that I spoke to. A friend of mine got into it. Like I said, my wife watched it. I think it took a little bit of a twist on season 2, didn't it? It went off on a bit of a tangent from what I can remember. Tony over at Basement Blues says, "See you later, Johnny." All notes. Yeah, Tony, season 2 was so bad it got cancelled, I guess. Yeah, it's and listen, you know what I mean, that happens. That happens to a lot of shows. That happened to one of my favourite shows of all time. It happens to loads of shows, but this is a sheer fan favourite. It's Firefly. I love Firefly. It fucking, if you like westerns and if you like sci-fi, then Firefly's the TV show. I know that he tried to finish it off by putting the movie Serenity out, and it sort of rounds things up, but it doesn't. It doesn't do enough justice to how good that TV show was.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but a lot of shows sometimes they should quit after one season. Like
Yeah,
the
definitely.
show True Detective. You ever see True Detective on HBO?
No.
True Detective season 1 is some of the best TV you'll ever see. Seasons 2 and 3 are garbage, horrible.
Right.
Just ruins the. It kind of hurt the first season because the other seasons were so bad. But yeah, some of them should just stop at one if they've only got material for one. Just do one.
Yeah, that's it. It's all it needs, isn't it? You don't need to try and push it into more. I think it's the same thing with the Karate Kid show. I really got on board with season 1. After season 2, I thought, yeah, this is brilliant. End of season 3, you're like, well, okay, yeah, now they're banging another season out. Does it really need one? 3 seasons would have probably sorted that show out quite easily. Same with Stranger Things. Stranger Things season 1, I loved it. Got halfway through season 2 and just zoned out massively. And I've never been back. You know what I mean? I've never been back to watch it, to finish it off.
Yeah.
Future Boy, the first half of the millennium were dominated by the neocons ideology. Mate, you're making me say some big words on a fucking Saturday night here. Sociopaths. The second half was dominated by the NEO liberalism nut job here in the States. If it's US politics, man, I have no idea. US politics is not my strong point.
U.S. politics. It's become the politics have become self-aware at this point. It's like T1000. they're both the same. It's a mess. You talk to one person on one side, they call the other side crazy. You talk to this side, they call the other side totally insane. It's just there's no going back. We are so far opposite. 50% of the country believes one thing, the other 50 believes another. So it's totally out left field now.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that in the UK. I mean, UK politics has been the same forever. It's never really changed. You've got a Tory party on one side who's got, you know what I mean, aimed at the more southern area of the country where people are more affluent or have got more money. And then obviously the Labour Party is big in the north and the northwest of the country where I'm from because it's a working class party. And they're the two main parties. But fucking hell, if you've got a prime minister like Boris Johnson, like we've got at the moment, fucking hell, man.
He's got he's got an interesting head of hair on that guy.
Guy's an absolute lunatic.
But in our country, see, both sides think they're the working class.
Right. Well, Boris Johnson knows he's definitely not working class. That's the thing. He knows where his place is, and I like him for that. You know what I mean? I don't vote Tory. I'm not a Tory voter, but I like him for knowing where his place is. I mean, the guy's an absolute buffoon, but you know what I mean?
I have no idea about what it's like over there. See, like we're the only country in the world where other countries make fun of our politics. Like I have no idea what the hell's going on over there. All I know is I've seen the guy. It's the guy with the blonde hair that's everywhere, right?
Yeah, Boris Johnson. Yeah,
that's the only guy. That's the only thing I know about him. For all I know, he's a great guy, bad guy. I have no idea.
he's all you need to know is he's a fucking clown. That's about it. You know what I mean? He's just a clown. He was mayor of London. That's how he got to where he is now. He was originally he was the mayor of London, and then took it came more into cabinet, and then managed to get himself as leader of the Tory party. Then managed to get a position as prime minister once they got voted back in. Tony at Basement Blues says Firefly was the best. Firefly's brilliant, mate. It's a really, really good show. It should have done more than it did. It was a shame that it didn't do really. Holland Orange. Yeah, it's like Fargo. I remember the Fargo TV show. I don't think I ever watched it though. I got recommended it only. Watched seasons 1 and 2, and that's what did it. But it was excellent. Yeah. See, the biggest problem for me, I've got a low attention span. So if after the season something else starts somewhere else, then I'll probably go and watch that. You know what I mean? Instead of sticking with season 2, I'll dwindle off and go watch a new series or something else, or go and watch some old shit I've watched 20 times before. And then by the time I've come back to season 2 or season 3 to catch up, I've lost interest. And that's what happened with Karate Kid. You know what I mean? It was a decent show, but then I just completely lost interest. Shenanigans, True Detective 1 is a great standalone limited series. I agree, has some of the best TV has to offer, right up there with Breaking Bad and Fargo. Do you know what? I can honestly say, hand on heart, I've never watched Breaking Bad. For the simple reason I struggle with real life TV. So if I'm watching TV, and especially movies, if I'm watching movies, it's got to be so far removed from reality for me to get engrossed and entertained in it, that if it's real life stuff, I'd struggle watching it. I really do. I deal with enough real life stuff as it is, so I tend not to watch that kind of stuff. So science fiction, science fantasy, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff, I'm all over it. But if it's real life situation, I struggle.
Well, it's no different from like these out there crazy horror titles, these Cat 3s. I can't watch somebody talking a babysitter, that's PG-13, where to get my interest as a new movie, at least.
Yeah. What's we got? Tony at Basement Blues. Yes, all the notes. Fargo was another great one. See, again, I know of the show, but I've never actually seen it. One of my go-to shows was, and it isn't brilliant, but for some reason I always loved it, and it's on a mighty big box set. It is Warriors 13. It's in the same universe as Eureka, a town called Eureka. If you've ever seen that or heard of that, they're in the same timeline, they're in the same universe. But Warriors 13, absolutely love this. That's a big old beastly DVD box set of it all. I think it's a 3 seasons, 63 episodes. I think it's either three or 4 seasons. That's a fantastic show. Holland Oats, yeah, I hear you, Anthony. It's what I'm expecting currently with the Ozarks. I've kind of lost interest and started watching older shows instead of just finishing the series. Mate, I am murder for it. I really, really am. My wife gets annoyed with me sometimes. We'll sit down, we'll watch something for a season. Season 2's already there, but I don't want to watch season 2 because I've already got onto something else, or I've not felt season 1 enough to move on to season 2. It's I'm a picky TV watcher. It's Cody, my problem is that some of these shows never seem to end, and when they do, it's usually very disappointing. Yeah, I mean, there's been loads like it over the years. It's the big one that chokes up my shelving space here is every season of Cheers. You know what I mean? I bought these because they were dirt cheap. But it's stuff like that I can keep going back to and back to. All British sitcom stuff. I can watch it forevermore. You're probably aware of this show, but Red Dwarf, a BBC sci-fi show from the late 80s. A comedy sci-fi show. Fucking unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic show. Ran for about 11 or 12 seasons, still going, still as funny, still got the same actors. You know what I mean? It's still brilliantly done. But those shows are few and far between. Tony at Basement Blues. I didn't realise that Warriors 13 and Eureka are in the same universe. I have Eureka, the complete series. Yeah, mate. They're in the same timeline, the same thing. I mean, if you watch, it's about 4 or 5 episodes of Warriors 13 where some of the characters from Eureka pop up in the episodes. It's a nice little crossover. It is a good show. I mean, that's another one that's a shame. Season 4 gets cut short. It's only 6 episodes. and then it got pulled. So it sort of ends really, really quick and slightly odd. But it's a show worth picking up. And I mean that big old chunky box set on DVD can be got for relatively cheap money now. Future Boy, the blue collar class completely absent in the entertainment industry and in our news media, the elite and the dictating what messages get published to the public. They're out of touch with toxic. Yeah, I mean, again, I do politics, but I try and keep it away from this kind of thing. The problem is here the Conservative Party that run the UK so out of touch with the common man that it's frightening. You know what I mean? It's not just frightening; it's disturbing. That there's just no click with the common man there at all, and some of the stuff that's being done at the moment, and some of the stuff that's being put in place in the UK just doesn't make sense to the normal guy on the street. You know what I mean? It's I won't say it's an elitist thing. It's not an elitist thing. It's just the people in power at the moment have no idea. They've no concept of what it is to not have money, to not have food on the table, to not be able to get into work. You know what I mean? They've no idea. I mean, to be fair, I'm quite lucky. I have a nice house. You know what I mean? I've got a very good job. My daughter's grown up and moved out, so there's only me and my wife at home. So I've no big overheads or anything like that. But for people that have families and are trying to get onto especially the property ladder in the UK, trying to get onto the property ladder at the moment, it's a fucking nightmare. But you know what I mean? I suppose everywhere's got them problems.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, like I said, over here, both our sides have nothing in common with the regular person. The Democrats are rich, the Republicans are rich. So no matter who's in office, you got rich people running the country, and they run it as such. So the idea that either party wants the common man, it's the greater good. Either way you go, they both have their own idea of what the greater good is.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously there's other parties within the UK as well, but the two main parties are the.
We only have two. A dictatorship, you get one choice. In the United States, you get all of two.
Yeah.
So you can pick the lesser of two evils, whichever that is for you.
You're pretty much spoiled for choice in the UK. You know what I mean? There was one party in the 80s, early 90s that was called the Monster Raving Loony Party, and it was a genuine thing. If you Google it and search the guy, and I think his name was Screaming Lord Such, and this guy stood for an entire party of absolute nut jobs. But it was a proper thing. So there's loads of independent parties. You've got Liberal Democrats on they're another a larger party. Scottish Independence Party. There's an Irish party. There's a Green Party. You know what I mean? You can put your tick against the side of anything in the UK. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's
we have
only
all
two
those.
main parties.
We have more than two, but only two are going to really make the ballot.
Yeah, we have that same issue. But it's but I might call it a day on the stream now, mate. I'm half past 11. I've just done 2.5 hours. I mean, if you guys are around later on your time and you're all home and comfortable, I don't know what everybody else is doing. If you want to drop onto a stream later on, then just hit me up, mate, and we can. I've nothing planned tomorrow, so I can either get up early or stay up late or do whatever. So if any of you guys want to stream later on, just hit me up.
We'll do. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get back tonight, and about 3 minutes before Johnny goes live, he's going to message everybody and say, "Hey, are you ready to jump on? I'm going live in 3 minutes. Let's start this. Let's do this." And it's Saturday night, people are out drinking, doing whatever.
Yeah,
and they'll be like, "Okay, well, when I get home, we'll do it." And then Johnny will go live for 2 hours by himself, just ranting and raving about all the stuff he's got in and what's going on, and then we'll just trickle in. But in all seriousness, I appreciate you having me, and I hope you and Basement Blues can get together. You guys have very similar interests. And Tony likes to stream, and and I know he's got some time off work coming, so he'll be streaming during the day.
Yep.
So it'd be great if you guys could get to. I'd love to watch that stream and see what you guys come up with.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Tony's just dropped in then. That was fun. Again, Tony, mate, I very much appreciated you joining us on this. Really appreciate you subscribing, even coming over to my Instagram page as well, mate. I mean, it means a lot from sort of like you bigger guys dropping on here. It is fun, man. I do enjoy talking about this kind of stuff all day. And Tony, if you'd like to do something like Brad was on about, man, I'd love to do something with you. I mean, especially 80s related stuff, mate. I'm up for that kind of thing all day long. So we've got Cody Shenanigans, well, True. What else we got? Holland Oats, a fun stream. Drive safe, Brad. Yeah, thanks, old man. Thank you for joining us. It was a bit of a last minute thing for me. I was going to do something last night, but then I had to go and work early this morning, so I didn't end up streaming on my normal Friday night like I would normally do. So my wife went to my daughter's a bit earlier on, so I thought, well, we'll chance doing a couple of hours and see what happens. And the chat's been all right. I mean, I've had about 10 people in here all night. We've dropped down to 4 now, but 10 people for me on a Saturday night, I'll take that all day long. You know what I mean? It's good. But Brad, mate, thank you very much for joining me. A safe journey. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
All right, talk to you later, man.
See you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.